Hi YouTubers, my name is Ian Brown. I'm doing a political YouTube video on Israel and the surrounding nations. I haven't done a political YouTube video in a while. I've been going through some health issues and a lot of things have been changing for me, so my capacity to do what I used to do with politics has changed, unfortunately. But I wanted to do this video regardless, just to see how it goes and then to see if I can still get back in a way that is meaningful. Israel is a very complicated problem when you take into consideration Palestine and the Palestinians and their conflict, and right now they're having conflict issues again. But as I was looking at a map, I just came up with a few ideas that I thought might be helpful to consider how the nation of Israel might benefit by trying to direct some of its energies in different directions. And so a couple of those things are building a desalinization plant at the Gulf of Aqaba, which is already in the scheduled books to do. I believe it's going to be a project between Egypt, Israel, and Jordan. And I think that's a great idea because it's going to bring those three nations together to work together to share water and to hopefully build a very large desalinization plant down there. The other one is to potentially build a desalinization plant off the coast of Gaza. And the reason to do this is not only to bring water to the Gaza people, but to help them feel like they have something that's meaningful, something that they might be able to sell back to the Jews, or excuse me, the Israelis, and that's something that can be given in a way that says they have a value or a worth in something that's helping them to maintain their quality of life. Another idea was that there could be a city built between the border of Gaza and Egypt, excuse me, between the border of Gaza and Egypt, and the idea to this is that Egypt would facilitate the project to build a city that would be potentially administered either by Egypt or by Egypt and Gaza, but the idea is that it would help to eliminate the violence between the Palestinians and the Israelis, and also improve the quality of life for the Palestinians in the Gaza Strip. Not only that, but Egypt could benefit from having a city that's close to the border. I don't know if these things are ideas that Israel likes or not, but they're just ideas and thoughts that might be able to benefit if there have any merit to it. The other one that is interesting is that Saudi Arabia has great wealth and has interest in building cities in the deserts, and the idea that they could potentially build a city with Jordan in Jordan at some location with the intent of putting Palestinian refugees there to give them a city to live in and to help them facilitate cultivating a civilization within a city instead of within refugee camps. I know Jordan has a great burden with trying to deal with the refugees from Palestine, and how to incorporate them into the nation is a very challenging thing. With that said, the other idea that is personal to me is that I'm very angry about what has happened to Syria. I'm very upset that Syria has gone through a war that has devastated the nation and has hurt it so bad that it's in ruins. And many people have been forced to flee or to be relocated. I'm for every nation in the Middle East contributing in a way to say that the war is enough, it's needing to be ended, and the country of Syria needs to be rebuilt. And so with that said, I think if you were to get Palestinians, both from Jordan and from Israel, or the Gaza Strip, to come in as workers, get Israelis as workers, get Jordanians as workers, get Saudi Arabians as workers, get Egyptians as workers, get everyone in there to give back in a little way as a contribution, as a group project for the Middle East, to say that we would like to actually go into Syria and help rebuild that nation, because that nation deserves to be rebuilt. It's a great nation. It has a great history to it. The people are a great people, and they should not be in ruins. It's completely wrong that that nation was destroyed. I don't claim to understand who's right or wrong, and I don't really care who's right or wrong. I just want that nation rebuilt, and I believe it will be rebuilt. And I am hopeful that Lebanon can also join in the construction work. And so the idea is that all the nations in the Middle East in that region could give back by getting their people to work side by side to give back to help do something. Are these ideas good ideas? I don't know. They might be terrible ideas. These might be ideas that bring conflict. They might bring violence. They might bring mockery or laughter. I'm not certain. But these are just some of the ideas that I came up with while looking at the map of the Middle East and considering why Israel is once again in conflict with the Gaza Strip and killing people, and there's violence on both sides, and there's guilt and blame on both sides. With that said, my hope is that the ideas do contribute in some way and do give back in a meaningful way, that someone may be able to use these ideas in a position of power and influence to achieve something good for the people in the Middle East. So once again, my name is Ian Brown. I just wanted to say thank you so much for listening. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, I greatly appreciate it. And I'd love to hear any comments or feedback, any criticisms, anything that you have to contribute is always welcome. I love the dialogue. I love to talk about it. I love to think about it. So please feel free to get involved. Thank you so much, you guys. Have a great day.